Hey guys, I want to talk about this tool set that I have here. It's a VIM Tools, VIM Tools Master 26-piece hex socket set. Now this contains metric and standard hex or Allen sockets. As you can see, it comes with a very nice blue hard plastic case with a handle. Alright, so as far as I know, most of these, or all the VIM tools, are made out of an S2 steel. That's what they advertise because it's supposed to be better. It actually is a little bit harder than the cheaper tools, which usually use chrome vanadium or vanadium for the type of steel. So S2 steel basically is harder than chrome vanadium. So basically S2 steel is harder than the cheaper steel, but it's prone to shatter more than it is to, say, twist. So let's say that this were a chrome vanadium cheaper socket. What it would tend to do is whenever you use it, it will tend to twist this metal around, whereas this being much harder, it's also less ductile, I guess is the word, so it's more prone to shatter than it is to twist. So what's probably going to happen with these sockets over time is they'll hold up, they won't twist with use, like say especially if you're using it with an impact, but what they will tend to do is probably just break chunks off or shatter altogether or something like that. Now I want to compare, this is a more expensive Mac Tools Torx set, but it's similar enough that I can compare it to this hex set from VIM. If we're looking at them side by side, just to kind of get an idea of the quality and the build type. Now, if you don't know, VIM Tools is a California, USA company. I believe that all their tools are actually manufactured in California. So it is an American-made company. It is a high quality. It's a very attractive socket, just like these Mac Tools sockets, which are about twice the price, I believe. Actually, I think this small set of Torx costs more than this large set of hex, I believe. I don't remember exactly what I paid. Now, I don't believe that the Mac sockets are the S2 steel, but I don't know that for sure. I looked it up and I can't find what they're actually made out of, what type of steel, but regardless of what type of steel they're made out of, these are lifetime warranty. These are lifetime warranty, so if it breaks, you can replace it. Now, the con of buying a tool like, say, this VIM Tools is that it may be harder to warranty than, say, this Mac Tools, because you can warranty this anytime your truck driver comes around. And as far as this goes, I know that some of the tool trucks can order VIM tools. Now, whether or not they want to warranty them, I can't speak for that. It's kind of up to the driver whether or not he wants to mess with it. A lot of times they'll have to pay shipping charges and stuff like that, which they won't want to mess with because it actually costs them money to warranty your tool. Whereas, you know, if it's their own tools like this, they don't have to pay shipping. So, regardless, if we look at the tools, now, like I said, I believe I said, VIM Tools makes tools for some of the tool trucks. Now, I don't know if this specific set is sold to tool trucks or if they actually just make the tools themselves and then send them to Mac or Snap-on and then they put them in their own case. I don't know how exactly that works, but I do know, I have been able to confirm that VIM Tools actually does make tools for other companies. So as far as how much I like or dislike this set by VIM Tools, now first of all, I really like the case. A long time ago, I didn't care about cases because they took up too much room. But once you get a big enough toolbox, you kind of like having the cases because you have room for them and it keeps everything nice and organized and easy to find. So I do like that. I like the way they look. I like the fact that other than the kind of design and stuff of the print and then these little lines here, it's virtually identical to the Mac Tools sockets. So I like that. It's a good looking socket. I like tools that look nice. I don't like cheap looking tools. You know, I guess the way it looks isn't as important as how it functions, but I still like to look at a tool and say, hey, that's a nice looking tool. So I do like that about it. Here's what I don't like about it. Now these are in 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch drive. Here's what I don't like is that the fact that your 1/4 inch stops here at 5 millimeters. And then once you get to 6, you're already at a 3/8 drive. Now, I would prefer that this still be a 1/4 inch drive. And here at 10 millimeter hex, it's already at a 1/2 inch drive. Now, to me, that should be 3/8. In my opinion, the 1/4 inch should probably go all the way up to at least 7, and then from 8 to 10 should be a 3/8 drive. Maybe even 8 to 12 should be 3/8 drive, and then from 14 up, half inch drive, that's fine. But how oftentimes are you going to run into a case or to a situation where you need a 10 millimeter hex socket, but you don't have room for this big old 1/2 inch drive thing with your 1/2 inch drive ratchet? There's just not going to be enough room. So I don't really care for that. I think that, like I said, you know, these should all be at least 3/8. This should be a 1/4 inch. All these are already 1/4 inch. So I just think that they should have thought about that a little bit more, because when you're using these things on a day-to-day basis, you're going to notice that. Now I do have a set of stubby 1/4 inch drive hex set that goes all the way up to 10, and that's made by VIMHMS Tools as well. I have a review on that too, I believe. You can look at that. Now those hex sets or those stubby hex bits are probably about that size, and they're all 1/4 inch drive. So yeah, it's not to say that I don't have the tool that I need. I would just prefer that this set, you know, was a little bit different in their drives. So here's just a close-up look real quick of the socket on the ratchet. Pretty standard here. There's nothing crazy that you haven't seen before. Just thought you might like to take a look at that. It's a nice fit. You can still get it off with one hand. Oh, that didn't sound right. So you can still remove the socket from the ratchet with one hand, but not so easily that it's just going to fall off. And of course that also depends on your ratchet. Some ratchets, if the ball is really tight, it's going to be hard to get off. That didn't really sound right either. Either way, they're nice sockets. I wish the drive was different on some of the sockets. The case is really nice, and for the price, the set's around $65 to $90 to $100, depending on where you buy it from and whether or not it's on sale and stuff like that. And you get 26 sockets. So I think for the price and the quality of the set, it's a really good buy. And just the amount of sockets that you actually get. I mean, a lot of these sockets you'll probably never use, but occasionally you will. Like say a 19. These would be good for like probably draining transmissions on maybe some BMWs or Mercedes or something like that, or Saabs or some crazy car that you don't really want to work on anyway. So, you know, you'll use them eventually. Most of the time you're going to be using stuff like 10s and 8s and 6s and 5s and stuff like that. Either way, you get 26 sockets for, say, $80. So it's really not a bad deal, considering this set alone here was probably about $100, and you only get 12. Oh, you get more, 13. Okay, 13. Either way, so I'd say it's a good price. It's a good deal. The sockets are nice. It's S2 steel, which is cool. It's a little bit harder. It's not like the Titan tools or the OEM or the Great Nex. It's all that chrome vanadium steel. So this is a nicer steel that's probably not going to twist the bit on the end. That's really all there is to say about it. 26 sockets, 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch in standard and metric. One other thing to note, if you didn't notice already, is the way that they're divided. You've got standard and metric on the same row. and it just kind of splits them here in the middle like that. So that's not really a big deal. I guess, you know, there's not really a whole lot of better ways to do it so that it all fits nicely in the case when you're doing standard and metric together. But it's just something to note. If you didn't notice in the description, if you're looking at the tools, say on Amazon or on the Vim Tools website, that they are separated like that. So I'll go ahead and wrap it up, and thanks for watching. And if you need a big set like this and you don't want to pay a tool truck price, I would recommend this set. I really like it. I'm glad that I got it, and I can start using it now and throw away the cheap hex sockets that I was using before, which I really hated, and they were super ugly. Now, these are very nice looking, high quality sockets, and lifetime warranty, and they should last you for a lifetime.